for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Whoa! Welcome to the show. Hey, it looks like we got some contestants who think they know jack about sports. Well, we'll find out about that. Well, I hope you two are ready for some sparks. Let's kick it off. Hey, how about some weaponry? Here's a screw for each of you. Now careful, they can put an eye out. Okay, let's say a question comes up and you look next to you and your neighbor's face says, I have no idea what the answer is. Screw them. Buzz in and hit the S key, and that'll force them to answer the question anyway. Got it? All right, let's do it. What do you say, player two? How about it?
We're number one! Hey. We're number one!
The category is trick or treat, and this one's going to be worth $3,000. All right, let's get this ball rolling. Let's say you're trying to decide on a costume for the annual Halloween party. If you wanted to dress up as sports figure Bill Stewart, which costume would not be an appropriate one to wear? Stanley Cup championship coach, Major League Baseball umpire, PGA champion, or NHL referee? You're up, player one. Bill Stewart was not a PGA champion. But come to think of it, John Daly would be one scary Halloween costume. Boo! Player one, pick one.
Number two! Number two!
And the category is, I was told there'd be no math. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Ready on the trigger? Pull. Big 10 schools plus Atlantic 10 schools equals what? 18, 20, 21, or 23? 20? No, that would make sense. Come on. Player one, the ball's in your court. What do you want to do with it? Go for it, player one. Toasted. And let's see the correct answer. As of 1996, there are 11 schools in the Big 10, 12 in the Atlantic 10. No wonder Proposition 48 isn't working. Player two. And the category is throwing with fire. And this one's going to be worth $2,000. All right, get yourself set. It's time. If Beavis and Butthead had a pal named Ephus who constantly displayed the characteristics of an Ephus pitch in baseball, how would their friend act? Wild and jumpy, low down and dirty, high and slow, or fast and breaking out? Player two, it's all yours. No, that would be if their friend was named Albert Bell. Player one, hit it. The Ephus pitch is an old trick pitch. It's high and slow.
Yeah.
But even high and slow, I'll bet Ephus feels like a genius when he's with those two. Player one, it's your choice. What looks good?
Look at me, I got a 4. Ouch.
The category, football and landmarks. Okay, shouldn't be too tough. This question's going to be worth $1,000. Okay, imagine it's late in the big game and the score is tied at 0. The quarterback drops back and holds the ball aloft to pass it. Suddenly, a running back grabs the ball out of his hand and runs it 20 yards for a touchdown. What just happened? The Giants ran a Colossus of Rhodes, the Browns ran a Cleveland Steamer, the Patriots ran a Statue of Liberty, or the 49ers ran a Gold Rush. Player one, go nuts. You gotta answer it, player two. The Browns ran a Cleveland Steamer? No, but that might explain all the boxes of Depends in the Cleveland locker room. Player one, you want to take this one? Go for it, player one. The Statue of Liberty. It works especially well when the other team is feeling tired, poor, or huddled. Player one.
Here they come spinning out of the turn. It's question 5 by a nose.
Here's your category. Goose Heart. This question's worth $2,001 bills. Imagine that Mel Gibson's directing the life story of St. Louis Browns left fielder Leon Goose Goslin. In our film, kilt-wearing Goose Goslin prepares for battle using the same weapon he used on opening day 1932. What does he use? A spiked batting helmet, a mouthful of kerosene, a green striped bat, or a boxing glove instead of a batting glove? You're up, player one. A green striped bat. The ump said his bat was distracting and therefore illegal. The ump also said the battle scene lacked realism and that Mel Gibson's overrated as a director. Tough ump. Player one, choose a category. Uh-oh, Wes Musrich climb more.
It's time for a Knickerclish Rescue.
Your category for this gibberish question is swallows cost you a mackerel. Opening value $5,000. Now you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this puzzle, but I'll be taking a little bit of money away every second and a half. All right, tell me, with what sports rule does this rhyme? Don't let the punctuation fool you. Crow sitting fee, show a smelt. See if this helps. It's a boxing rule. A rule against fighting dirty. It's a really low blow. Only a few seconds to the bell. Well, maybe this'll help.
Okay, I want a good, clean fight. Crow sitting fee, show a smelt.
One of the few rules in life that's very easy to explain. Category. Player two, let's do it.
Under the rim with question 7.
The category behind this question is Color Me Athletic. And there's $1,000 riding on this one. Get ready to buzz, because here it comes. Which of the following colors would you not expect to find in a special sports edition of Crayola crayons featuring famous football stars? Jim Brown, Reggie White, Mean Joe Green, or Vida Blue? Whoa, gotta answer it, player one. Wrong. Mean Joe Green is that big crayon that takes up half the box. Player two, you want to take a crack at it? Player two, what do you say? You call that an answer, sports fan? Too bad you didn't pick this. He was a baseball pitcher. Vida Blue? Well, actually, he was pretty good. Okay, we need a category.
You're 8.
The category is Party at the Parthenon. And we'll pay out $3,000 for this one. Wow, it's the night before the games begin and the Olympic Village is rockin'. Because it is not specifically prohibited by the International Olympic Committee's rules regarding drug use, which of the following party activities is least likely to cause a disqualification? Smoking marijuana, doing espresso hits and caffeine pills, drinking a beer with a methadone chaser, or shooting up a supply of your own blood? Player one, hit it. While marijuana is not specifically prohibited by the IOC, its use can in some circumstances lead to sanctions. On the other hand, pot could explain that whole Jamaican bobsled thing. Player one, it's up.
The German judge gives a
9.
This one's gonna be road trip. Okay, swing this one and I'll give you $2,000. Wipe off your finger and get it ready. Let's get busy. If Prince William and his buddies from Eton crashed a party at the fancy schmancy British school after which a sport is named, where would they be? Soccer preparatory, cricket yard, rugby school, or lacrosse academy? Player two, it's all yours. The rugby school is where rugby was invented in 1840. So, like, if you're a prince, where's your crown? Yeah, whatever. Let's have a category, player two.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The name of this category is Watergate Golf Hazards. Okay, $2,000 is coming your way if you get this one. Okay, say you've got this friend who can only grasp a concept if you use golf analogies. If you want to describe to your friend what happened when Gerald Ford pardoned Richard Nixon following that whole Watergate fiasco, what golfing analogy would be most accurate? Ford handed Nixon a silver spoon. Ford set up Nixon's birdie. Ford bogeyed Nixon's hole, or Ford gave Nixon a mulligan. It's in your court, player 2. No, but I heard he flipped Nixon the birdie a few times behind his back. Player 1, the ball's in your court. What do you want to do with it? Player 1, go nuts. He bogeyed Nixon's hole? Well, I don't know about that, but the tapes did contain some mysterious moaning and grunting. Here's what you should have guessed. A mulligan allows a golfer to take another shot without being penalized when he's in a tight situation. Ford effectively did that when he pardoned Nixon, but I think it left the country with that stuck in a sand trap feeling. Okay, that's the end of round 1. Let's move on to round 2. Pulling out some screws for you here, and ow, mother. Okay, ow, there you go. Damn. All right, this is round 2, and 2 is twice 1, which means all the questions are double. Sounds good, huh? Okay, let's do it. Player 2.
U-T-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, 11.
All right, let's see what we're doing here. Trash can cozies. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. All right, it's time to go dumpster diving. Let's see what's in the celebrity trash bin. We got some sheet music for It's All Right to Cry, notes for a sermon, some old shoulder pads, and some tangled needlepoint thread. Whose trash is it? Jim Brown, Rosie Greer, Deacon Jones, or Dick Buttkiss? Player 2, what do you say? Football great Rosie Greer is an ordained minister, does needlepoint, and sang It's All Right to Cry on the Free to Be You and Me album. And I imagine It's All Right to Cry is a pretty comforting thought if Rosie Greer just landed on top of you. Category flip. And this category is Bo Don't Know Jack. You get this toughie and I'll give you $6,000. So, you feeling anxious? Me too. Let's go. If Bo Jackson of Bo Knows slogan fame were named after the Aikido term Bo, what might the literal translation of his slogan be? The kick to the face nose, the thin sumo wrestler nose, the long staff nose, or he who walks on rice paper nose? Go for it, player 2. In Aikido, a bow is a long staff used for combat. Yeah, and Bo says he doesn't mind the nickname Long Staff one bit. What do you say? Uh-oh, press Futz Mitts Grime Board.
Once again, it's time for a Tinkerman Test Run.
The category for this gibberish question: why we can't have dinner parties anymore. The opening value for this gibberish question is $10,000. All right, to solve this puzzle, you got to think fast, because every second and a half I'm taking off a little bit of cash. All right, then tell me, with what famous quote does this rhyme? Don't let the punctuation fool you. Shy Pam, she ate guest. Okay, see if this helps. It's a famous boast. Boasting athletes? Come on. A boast by Muhammad Ali. He said he was the best. Hurry up, you're about to be counted out. Well, looks like we all can't be Muhammad Ali, but in his own words,
Shy Pam, she ate guest.
Wait a minute, was that supposed to be Muhammad Ali or Bob Dylan? Let's have a category.
Come on, Ref. It's falling. 14. 14.
Sit down. Here's the category. He ain't heavy. And this one shouldn't be too tough. 4K for this one. On your marks, get set. Here's the question. After Brian Murray was fired as head coach of the NHL's Washington Capitals in 1990, what did his brother Terry do to show his support? He bought the Capitals, he took over Brian's job, he married Brian's sister, or he hired Brian as coach of his own team? Harry Murray replaced Brian Murray as head coach of the Washington Capitals. Isn't that the year the Capitals played in the Cain and Abel division? Player 2, you're busted. Player 1.
Love 15.
The category? Do you know the way to? And if you can figure this one out, I can pay you $4,000. Okay, pretend for 1 second that you're a grade school teacher and you've just given a test on U.S. geography. Upon grading the test, you find that Little Billy says that Arizona's in the east and Atlanta's in the west. Based on their divisional alignment, whom can you blame for Billy's confusion? Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NHL, or the NFL? You're up, player 1. No, but you might blame hockey for all those fights Billy starts on the playground.
Come on, put him up. I'll take you.
Player 2, if you want it, it's yours. Player 2. Wow, that was a bad guess. Let's see what a good player would have answered. In the NFL's NFC West, you'll find the Atlanta Falcons. In the NFC East, you'll find the Arizona Cardinals. And both teams perform like they don't know which way is up. Player 2.
16.
And the category is Spider Strikes. And this one's $4,000 for a right answer. Imagine that Spider-Man's been bragging to his fellow superheroes that he rolls over villains like a bowling ball. To prove his point, Spidey lines up 10 of his arch enemies like bowling pins. If he goes with a traditional 10-pin setup, where would his enemy, the Kingpin, stand? In the front, in the center, in the back right corner, or in the back left? Go for it, player 2. No, that pin's called the head pin. Pinhead. Go for it, player 1. In 10-pin bowling, the Kingpin stands in the center. You know, it's nice that Spider-Man has a hobby, but those bowling shoes clash with his costume big time. Tacky!
9 plus 8.
10 plus 7.
And the category is Luck of the Snacks. You get this question right, you pocket $6 grand. Get your eyes focused on the screen. Here we go. According to auto racing superstition, which president should expect trouble if he eats his favorite snack before a race? Ronald Reagan and his jelly beans, Bill Clinton and his McDonald's french fries, Jimmy Carter and his peanuts, or George Bush and any vegetable but broccoli? Player 1, go nuts. The screw's in your court, player 2. Eating peanuts before a race is considered bad luck. If Carter eats the peanuts, he might lose to a Porsche, but he never has to worry about losing to a Ford. Touché, player 1. Okay, we need a 18. The category is You Can't Go In Again. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Hey, remember General Douglas MacArthur, famous for saying, "I shall return"? Well, let's say Mac's an active participant in several sports. In which sport would Mac be unable to return after being pulled by President Truman? Hockey, basketball, soccer, or football? Player 1, hit it. In soccer, once you come out of the game, you can't go back in.
Sounds like a red conspiracy to me.
Player 1, it's your choice. What looks good to you?
Illegal use of the hands on question 19.
The category behind this question is H2. Oh, that feels good. And we are talking 4,000 big ones. Everything in place? Because here she comes. Say you're producing an X-rated video about water polo. If you want to name the movie after a scoring play where the ball never leaves the water, what would be the best title? Marco Solo, shoot the wet shot, going down to score, or so hungry they could eat a horse? Player 2, what do you say? A shot attempted while the ball is in the water is called a wet shot. Gives a brand new meaning to making a big splash. Category. Player 2, let's do it.
20.
Here's your category. It's a tie. And this is $4,000 here. Okay, coming at you. Heads up. Which of his own possessions could Ken Griffey Jr. give to his old man for Father's Day that his father, Ken Sr., doesn't already have? His Gold Glove Awards, his Outfielder's Glove, his All-Star Game MVP Award, or his official Seattle Mariners baseball cap? You're up, player 1. Ken Sr., All-Star MVP 1980. Been there, done that. Player 2, you think you're up to it? It's in your court, player 2.
Gee, an outfielder's glove. Great. I'll just keep it here with all the others. Thanks, son.
Well, in case you're curious about the correct answer, unlike Lil Ken, Ken Sr. never won a Gold Glove. But I'm guessing Ken Jr. will probably just end up giving Ken Sr. underwear and aftershave again. What do you say, player 2? How about...
Time for the attack. Buzz in when 2 words match and you've got $2,000. Buzz in when there isn't a match and you lose $2,000. And don't forget, remember the clue. It's not any old match we're looking for. It's the one that fits this clue. Who represents you? Let's see how you represent yourself in this attack. Good luck.
Player 2, you own that Jack Attack. How's your final score? Player 1's got it. Player 1, overall, that was a classic example of how boring victories can truly be. You try to liven up things next time, okay? My first piece of advice is...
You